played high school baseball. I was very bad at high school baseball. My sophomore year in high school, I was the designated hitter. I batted 190. If you don't know anything about baseball, it's not a good batting average. It's especially bad when it's your only job. So I mostly sat on a dugout bench and had shit talked to me by our bat boy. Our bat boy, his name was Derek. He was 10 years old. And Derek, fun fact about Derek, he refused to go get any of the bats. So no one knows why Derek was there. I think we found Derek. I'd known him for 2 years. I hated this kid. I hated his fucking stupid face. I hated him. He talked shit the whole okay. So Derek had a speech impediment, which I have to do for you. But one day I struck out and he's like, "You're terrible." Like, and I was like, "Oh, I fucking hate this kid." I go, "What have you ever done, Derek? What's so great about you? What have you ever done?" And Derek thought about it, what he had done. And Derek goes, "You know that song, Gangsta's Paradise?" The fucking Coolio song from 1995. I go, "Yeah?" And he goes, "I wrote that song." That's what. So I said, "What have you ever done?" And he said, "I wrote that Coolio song." And I lost my goddamn mind on this kid. It's like, "You didn't write that shitty Coolio song. It was a Stevie Wonder song." I thought I was, and you know. So I'm going after him, and this kid on my team, he takes me aside, and he said a word to me that you're not gonna like, but this is what he said. And so trigger warning for the word. He goes, "Man, leave Derek alone. Derek's are retarded," except for he said the word. And I go, "What? None of you were gonna tell me this shit? I had been mean to this kid for like 2 fucking years. You just let it happen? The fuck is wrong with you?" If you feel weird about that, just know, I looked him up recently, he wasn't. I saw him on Facebook, he has kids. He goes to their school board meetings. He's very upset about something called critical race theory. That's the kid we're talking about. Later that summer, Derek became my fucking hero, and that is this story before we go. So the varsity coach comes down to watch the sophomore team to scout to see if he wants to bring any of the players up to varsity to play in the district tournament. So everybody wants to play really well for this coach because we all wanted to go up and play varsity. That was like the dream as sophomores. Even me, I was like, maybe he doesn't know 190 bad batting average. So long story short, we blew the game. We lacked hustle. Coaches love hustle. 2 things coaches love. 1 is hustle. 2 is calling teenage boys pussies and stuff like that. Those are the 2 things they love. Pussies and hustle. So usually we got screamed at by these coaches and they'd be like, "You guys are fucking pussies." So our coach, like, usually I was like, "Oh, we're gonna get yelled at." Like, but he just sits in the dugout, he's spitting dip onto the dugout floor, and he goes, "Go sit in the fucking outfield, in the grass, and don't say a fucking word. If any of you makes a fucking sound, we're gonna be here at 5 a.m. and we're running all day." I was like, holy shit. Because now it is like the end of the world to me. Because before that, if an adult man yelled at me about sports, I would just start laughing. That was a thing that I knew about myself. He's like, "You're fucking I would just start laughing. It's like, it doesn't matter. Why do you want me to be good at sport? Like, what are you talking about? Look at me, coach. What? One time I played football. I was also bad at football. And the coach was yelling at us at halftime, calling us pussies and stuff, saying we lacked hustle. And so he's like screaming at us. He's like, "Duh, you guys lack hustle, you pussies." And he goes to slam the door for effect, but it was one of those air pressure doors, so it closed real slow. And I got in a big trouble for laughing at that. So now I want to hold my shit together and I'm not laughing. I'm not going to do anything. I don't want to be here at 5 in the morning and run. No, this is life and death right now. So we're sitting there, and they start lighting into us. All of the coaches, they're like tagging in and screaming at us. And I'm like, oh my God, like, okay, this is good. And then all of a sudden, in my periphery, I see Derek. Remember Derek from before? So all of a sudden, I see Derek like right here, and Derek's arms are crossed, and Derek starts pacing around and mean mugging us like he's more mad at us than the coaches. And I'm like, holy fucking shit, Derek, you need to get out of here. The kid next to me goes, he gives me the elbow and he goes, look at I'm like, don't fucking do this. Don't do this to me. And I was getting screamed at. He starts like shaking, looking at Derek. I'm like, oh my fuck. He gets like church giggles, I think they're called. I'm like, oh my God. So all of a sudden there's like a lull in the screaming at us. And all of a sudden, Derek steps forward, and in the voice I did earlier, he goes, and another thing! When you do something the wrong way, you gotta do it the right way! I was like, holy fucking shit. One of the coaches just left, just got in his truck and drove home. Like, all the kids are like shaking, and like, I'm like, oh my God, we're about to fucking break. And then all of a sudden, the varsity coach, who hasn't said a word the entire fucking time, all of a sudden just steps forward and goes, fuck! Derek's right! We all fucking exploded. He starts laughing, the other coaches start laughing, puts his arm around it. He goes, same time tomorrow. I was like, what the fuck just happened to me? Derek was like my hero. Wikipedia did not exist at this point in the world, but if it had, I would have gone straight home to Coolio's Wikipedia page. Say that he didn't write that shitty song. Fucking Derek did. Thank you guys very much. Thank you guys so much.